Hi, did y'all hear about the ice tsunami in Minnesota and Canada? Well, it's happening again, and it uh, ruined some houses too. This is in Canada, and this is some footage from Minnesota. Let me push play here.
This is wild. Look behind me. What looks like heaps of snow is not. It's actually ice, shards of ice. This is what happened when the ice started attacking. Come with me into this boathouse. It punctured right through the walls and into this and a dozen other structures.
Nikki, it's really pushing in.
It is a colossal blob of ice coming right toward Darla Johnson's cottage. All she could do was hit record.
Michael, get away from it.
In less than 10 minutes, the ice that sounded like breaking glass broke glass in these homes, smashing right through the walls.
It just busted through a door over here.
The ice was pushed ashore by strong winds. Now look at the terrifying wave from above. At times, it climbed to 3 feet deep.
It's going right through their house.
It's called an ice heave, and it happened in Manitoba, Canada this weekend too, where an incredible tsunami-like wave of ice destroyed a dozen two-story homes.
Bang, the ice came right through the living room here. He said, grab your purse, grab whatever you can, get the keys. We got to get out of here.
So you can see right back there, that is the lake, and all of that thin ice was pushed right up with those strong winds onto the shore. Now their ice out, or when it melts, was about 2 to 3 weeks late, and that had a lot to do with why this happened.
And because this cold air has been sitting right here around the Great Lakes, temperatures like this that feel like this, the ice hasn't had a chance to melt. So that ice, now picked up by winds in this pattern, is blowing on shore, and that's a problem for the folks on shore. Our Ginger Z is in Lake Mille Lacs, Minnesota.
And this is where Lake Mille Lacs is in Minnesota. It's right, southwest of Duluth. And then we'll zoom out a little bit so you can see the bigger picture where it is. This is one of the Great Lakes right here. And this is, I guess, where the Canadian ice is, probably up here. Okay. Anyway, to me it looks a lot, it reminds me of The Day After Tomorrow. And other people have mentioned it too. I've been looking at the blogs. And here's a trailer just to remind you of what that movie was about.
Meteorologists are at a loss to explain what is causing this weather.
Mexican officials closed the border.
Tokyo was battered by the largest hailstorm on record.
Here in New Delhi, it's snowing.
In Nova Scotia, the ocean rose by 25
Prepare to go live to Los Angeles.
What you see is happening now.
A twister in Los Angeles.
Just massive.
There is a wall of water coming towards New York City. Everyone, get out of your people.
Kind of reminds you of like Sandy, Hurricane Sandy. More so probably than The Day After Tomorrow. I mean, more than this ice storm. Anyway, that was reminded me of Sandy too. And then also these pictures here remind you of it too. Let me go get off this page here. There you go. Look at that. That's the flood before the turn to ice. These are from the day after tomorrow. I just went through and picked out some, you know, video pictures from the movie. Here's a refugee camp in Mexico. Reminds you of Sandy, doesn't it? And then there was the final result, ice coming down and covering the top 2/3 of the United States. Anyway, also, another thing I was going to show you that's eerily, reminds me of that is a clip from this right here. I can get it.
Every single day, Planet X pulls the magnetic bar of the Great Atlantic Rift down towards it, and then as the Earth continues to shift and the Atlantic no longer faces the sun, then the North Pole, which doesn't like the North Pole of Planet X, pushes the North Pole of the Earth back. So you get these wobbles, and what you get is this gigantic loops in the jet stream. So normally the jet stream moves from west to east, but now if you notice these weather maps, and why wouldn't you with all these big storms? So everybody's more interested in the weather than ever because it's really can be life or death. And what you get is these giant arcs of cold air coming down from the Arctic, and 30 miles to the east, you've got this giant arc of tropical air coming up from the Caribbean, and you've got this clash of fronts that makes these gigantic storms. I mean, look at Hurricane Sandy. And, if the government told the truth, they should say nobody should rebuild anywhere. But it's just like Katrina in New Orleans. People are saying, well, we're going to bring it back, and it's going to be so meaningful, and we're going to have Seaside Heights, New Jersey, ready for the tourist season. And, but the truth is nobody should be there now at all because this is right in the danger zone. They should be sent.
Anyway, I'll put the link in the description box if you want to hear the rest of this video. It's pretty good. This was 20 minutes into the video. 20 minutes into this video is where he starts talking about that, about how it grabs a hold of the Planet X grabs a hold of the magnetic bar of the mid-Atlantic ridges and pulls it up every day, and then lets go of it at night, and then the next morning he grabs it again and pulls it up. And that's why we're having the weird weather and those sort of like little mini pole shifts every day. A miniature pole shift happens, and that might be what's pulling that ice down out of that. The last few years, the ice down out of that lake. Okay, well, let you go. Talk to you later. Let me know what you think.